Hey guys, I'm Phoenix here and welcome to Sheltered. Now this is a game by Team 17, so the same guys that brought us Worms. This is very much not like Worms at all. It's on the same sort of 2D side plane, which, you know, they've done pretty well out of all in all. Think Fallout, that Fallout Shelter game thing on the Apple thingamajig, what are they called, mobile devices, but possibly, as Total Biscuit said, I think it was last night, like the Fallout mobile game, only better. Yeah, I can go with that. So I'm going to start a new one, and so the deal is you start off with 2 adults and 2 children. I'm going to go reasonably random, so yeah, Jason, you can change his traits, and in here it will tell you what everything is used for. Ultimately, I want a reasonably balanced family, so having characters with a reasonably either well-rounded set of statistics or things like much higher perception, which is rather useful when you're sending them out to find loot. And loot is quite a big thing in this game. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Jason can be well-rounded and he can be proactive. I don't think we've got. Here we go. Moves faster in the shelter whilst exploring. Yeah, okay. Next one. Let's have her. She can be the logical one, who is hands-on. Yeah, hands-on. And then we get our 2 children. They've got slightly different types of statistics. I'm going to have one of them as a bully, and one of them can be alert, I think. So she can be alert and resourceful. Yeah, she can be resourceful. And then this guy can be the bully, because then he's got a high strength, low charisma, low perception, reasonable intelligence, and reasonable dexterity, so he's a bit more of a fighter. And if there's a... let me see... courageous, I think, would be the one to go for. Yeah, courageous. Now, some... they get negative statistics as well. By default, they get 2 traits, and you can pick the positive, and then the negative, I think, is randomly generated. But over time, by doing things, the negatives can actually be turned into positive traits. So, oh yes, and we get a pet. I am going to go for the cat. Yes, you can have a dog, a cat, a goldfish, a snake, or a horse. Because why not? The reason why I'm going to go for the cat is because your shelter is going to get dirty, and as a result you're going to get rats. Now, a cat will be able to kill the rats and be able to transfer it to a freezer if you've got one, and if you've got space in there. A little bit of stress reduction to all family members, which is just a passive effect, and they don't need a lot of feeding. The dog actually requires daily feeding. On the plus side, if it dies, there's quite a lot of meat on it. Yeah, it's that sort of game. I don't want to play the tutorial because I know this game and I can give you a better... So this is the shelter. You find this place shortly after the war ends, I guess. There's been a nuclear war and everything's been essentially wiped out, and your goal now is to survive. Now, you can Right, so you've got a generator, a water filter, and an air filter. Now these have all got reasonable. You can see the integrity has gone down a bit. These things lose integrity when they stop working. They stop working completely. So the oxygen filter will stop the oxygen from getting in. You've got a certain amount of people that it can support. So one of the early upgrades you might want to do is actually do the output. Water filter, if the water filter breaks down, then it's not going to be filtering the water anymore, and the dirtiness of the water is going to go up. When it rains, the water goes into there. The power shuts down, everything shuts down, so you don't want that to die either. Now, I've got, let's see, 15 water. First thing I'm going to do is set up an expedition. So, Jason and Sharon are going to go out, and I'm going to visit that small house and that small farm. Gas masks are important because it protects the wearers from radiation, but it's a single-use mask only. So let's send that party out. Next thing I'm going to do is upgrade this if I can. Yes, I can. So your workbench is going to dictate what you can actually build. So I like to upgrade that workbench almost immediately so I can get access to things like showers and beds and all that sort of stuff. Meanwhile, Ryan is going to go and put on a hazmat suit and go outside and upgrade one of these. Probably that one, actually, the decontamination. Now, you can... Well, I just always put on the hazmat. To go outside, you do want to have a hazmat on, so that's that. So he's now doing the decontamination upgrade. Yeah, there's a lot to go through on your first day. It's going to get easier as time goes on. So he's just called in to say, found this location in the wasteland, shall we check it out? And yeah, on the whole, you want to do that. Oh, there's toolboard here. If I find tools out in the wasteland, they will appear here, and they will give a bonus to how fast it takes for crafting to be done at the workbench. Also, if you light up the workbench, you can get faster crafting speed, I believe. So I'm just going to take all of this. It's just sand, limestone, and a mannequin head. All in all, I don't have any way of recycling the mannequin head at the moment. That's a level 4 upgrade. But I can use it for trading. And these can be combined to make cement, which will be useful for various things. So once that one's done, I can then start crafting useful stuff. So we've got a need system. They need to eat, sleep, drink, go to toilet, and have showers. They will also go mad eventually if you don't give them anything to do. So yeah, don't let them go mad. Right. So let's start with an actual toilet, and that toilet can go up here, like about there. Now we're all right. I'll say we're all right for water. We could do with it to rain. All your water is basically going to come from two sources: loot and the sky. Yeah. And people might come down and try and trade with you, but they might want to come in to sort of be a new recruit, so you can actually build your base up. They might also want to come in to raid you, and as a result, you can also now upgrade the doors to stop people from breaking in. Now, I haven't actually had anyone break in yet. But you can have hidey holes and the like, and my expedition team are now returning, and it is raining. So normal rain is good. I just need to fix that one. Normal rain is good. Black rain is bad. Dust storms are also pretty annoying because it does cause does cause stuff to get more can't find the words today. Damaged, basically. And it sort of clogs things up. So transfer the items over. You've only got a limited space of what items you can actually have. Now that wasn't a particularly good run, and I might set up another expedition. He's alright to go out again. And oh, actually no. Yes, I do want to abandon that expedition. Just at the moment, because can I build? Yes, I can. I can build a satchel. And you can resume that one. Water is... food is pretty important, but considering that you can find food out in the waste, there's a few different ways of actually getting food. Water is a little bit more imperative, which is why I like to have a good few drums, water butts full of water all the time. The water is going to restrict you in various different ways, so the use of the shower and the toilet, obviously, and even expeditions require a certain amount of water. The more water you have, the further you can actually travel. You can also increase your travel range by using the camper van, but of course you do need to actually fix it, so you need to fill each of these slots with their required component to actually be able to use that. I've never actually been able to use the camper van, but yeah. So yeah, she's exhausted because she needs a bed. I can build a bed. I can't actually fit it anywhere. So let's build some more space. So even though she's exhausted, I'm going to get her to build that. That's basically just a way of expanding your shelter outwards into all the different spaces, and you can go down as well, so you can get more space, but you will need a ladder to get down there, obviously. Right, so it is now raining, obviously. He's fixing everything outside, even though he really, really needs sleep. I'm going to send these guys out on an expedition. Yeah, these two. I want to go out there, and I want to go back there. Something that they added in... Ooh, hold on, there's a town up there. Could I get up to the town? Yes, I could. Let's go up to the town. Right. Yeah, something that they added was the unknown. You didn't have this before, so you were just sort of ambling around forever. But there's actually a couple of... Ooh, and there's a large town there, and there's what... It's probably a city up there. Excellent. We might get some pretty good loot, actually, from this. But I'm also going to take a pipe, just in case we meet anybody who's not particularly friendly. Which happens. It is the wasteland, after all. Not everyone is nice. Can I upgrade those doors? No, don't walk over there. Can I upgrade the door yet? No, I need hinges, which are... Hinges are... difficult to find, it seems. I think he needs... Well, yeah, everybody in here needs to sleep. You can get bunk beds. I'll show you some of the stuff you can craft, actually. So you can make things like rat traps, which need hinges, sleeping bags, bigger space, just lots and lots of different things here. You can get better showers and toilets later on that don't need as much water to use them. So, you know, tier 4, you really are sort of looking at endgame here. The traps obviously are used to sort of disable intruders. We've got bookshelves to put out books on, and paint to paint our walls with, and fire extinguisher to put out fires. Yeah, there's a fair amount of stuff that we can build here. But for now, just sort of finishing up that. Something that is... I need to actually do this on both of them. Yeah, he's got it on there. So you can put them on some. It's like an automatic mode, so they will actually look after themselves. Just press H on the keyboard or home, and that will activate that. It's really useful to do that, because otherwise they're standing there and dying basically, because they are in sort of a full control. They're in a sort of a you have to control them at all times sort of mode, which is a bit frustrating. Right, let us build them a bed. Yes, I think we should build a bed. Yep, that's what you're building right now. Yep, let's get involved with this. Yep, we can. We made it this far. Got to trade. Right, I've got nothing to trade with, and quite frankly, he's got nothing to trade for anyway. I mean, a nail and a transistor. The nail and the transistor might be useful. The fuel, I've got a fair amount of fuel at the moment, and some sand. No, go away. Yeah. I mean, for goodness sake, he had a nail and some sand. What can I do with that, really? Let's have a look in the school. Ooh, hello. It's quite a lot of good stuff. Food, nail gun, all the wood, the rubber. I don't have any space for the book, and I can always come back. Let's grab the magnesium. These can be quite good trading items. I don't have any space for the book at the moment, so let's just take that. Water storage maximum capacity. Excellent. I would like him to craft a shower. So yeah, you can also disable stuff as well. So if you're running with these guys on automatic sleep, and you don't want them to, say, use the shower when your water stocks are low, you can actually disable stuff. So, showers aren't desperately needed, and they do use up quite a lot of water. So maybe, when you're in a drought, you don't necessarily want them to be taking showers, so you can actually do that as well. Right. So you can now go to the toilet. Toilets do, of course, use water. Everything uses water. Not everything uses water, but yeah. Get involved. We might be able to trade with them. Hello. Yep. Ooh. Let me see. Very low statistics. It would basically be, and this is the thing, this is quite an interesting thing with the Wasteland, is that people just sort of assume that you are better off than they are. Actually it's something that's in the Day of the Triffids. Yeah, it's the Day of the Triffids. You kind of got these cities, and they're under siege. No, it's not the Day of the Triffids, is it? It's Kraken Wakes? Yeah, Kraken Wakes. People are trying to break into the compound, because even though the people inside the compound are sort of getting by, they're not really living, they're just surviving. There's all of these people outside the compound who are possibly actually doing better, but they just believe that because it's the compound that it's going to be a lot better sort of on the inside, as it were, which is quite an interesting. And you get this sort of that same sort of vibe here, that when you turn someone down, they're saying, well, you must be sitting on mountains of food and water, and it's a case of, well, we've barely got enough to survive ourselves. Ooh, florists. Florists sometimes have some quite useful loot. Not necessarily good loot, but quite useful loot. So things like toolboards and stuff for the toolboard. Never know, might find some hinges. That would be good. someone in the florists and they're signalling us. They might be able to trade. It's crazy. In the last one, I quite strong, quite fast. I'm going to recruit her. Because all in all, it could do with a little bit more muscle. Yeah, let's have a look. Food. Take food immediately. I'm going to drop the mannequin arm and grab the plastic. I'll grab the metal. Let's drop the laptop and grab the nylon. The seeds would be useful, but I don't have a plant station, so they would just be sitting in my inventory forever. I'll grab the pipe though instead of the magnesium. Because again, the magnesium is used for gunpowder, I believe. It's used for something anyway that I don't really have access to yet, so there's not much point. I can always come back to the florists and pick these things back up again, so if they're still there. If somebody hasn't taken them. Right, she is really thirsty. Let's have a look at the house. Yeah, towns are quite good for loot, so when they come back, we might even want to build another pantry. I can't build another pantry. Okay. What can I build? A mop and bucket would be rather useful, because the dirt's going to attract the rats, and we don't want that, so... Though I do have the cat wandering around, so that's not really too much of a problem. I could do with a freezer, I guess. Let's have a look. The downside of the town is that there's a lot of people sort of wandering around. Yeah, aha, trader. I want leather. Something for... How about a couple of wood logs? See, that's why I pretty much pick up this stuff at the beginning, because it's quite good trade goods. I think it's the higher the charisma, the lower the trade price of their items, and the better the trade price of your items. Have a look. Right, grab the plastics. That's really useful. I don't have a toy box at the moment. Let's grab the duct tape. Yeah, let's deal with that. Can always come back. Yep, I know you're exhausted. You're not too bad now, so I'm gonna swap that. Search location. Ah, and Marie has turned up. I think we can actually have a look at her statistics. How do I do that? Let's have a look. Food. You'll see a common trend here is food. Grab it quick. This game is on Steam. It's, I don't know, I bought it in early access, but $7.99. It's it's $7.99 on Steam at the moment. That's pounds. So your regional equivalent is probably about $10 or something. Ooh, better feed the cat. I don't want the cat dying. It's my meal ticket, ish. Can I make a freezer? Is that tier 2? Yeah, it is tier 2, and I need a motor and a hinge. Okay. I can see the map, and I do want to see the map. Okay, so they're on their way back now. There's a school, a small pharmacy, and a small petrol station down there, as well as something there at Northkirk. Okay. Can I build more space? No, I need the cement. I could build a snare trap outside. That's tempting, actually. Let's do that. Actually, hold on. If I wanted to upgrade, well, yeah, let's craft a snare trap outside. That will catch local wildlife. You know, so if you can get a moose or something, you can then chop that up into rations. So, ooh, actually, I do also need a stove. I suspect the stove needs the hinge, which I don't have. Grr. When those guys come back, I might send these two out. Actually, I might just do that now. Oh no, because I need the bag. Yes, I do want to. Right, so he can now return that suit. I could potentially make a second bag. Yeah, let's make a second bag. You can get bigger bags as well, so you know, later on when you need to be bringing more and more back, you can do that. So yes. So once that bag is built and the other two come back with the other bag, these guys need food and water and all that sort of stuff. So they need a bit of downtime. I'll send the other two out to get more stuff, basically. Hinges are top of my list at the moment. Right, so better perception. Let's take all. Confirm, yeah. Set up an expedition with Ryan. Right, these guys are going to go up into this city here. Take a pipe with you. You can take a board with you. And someone is at the intercom. Excellent. Yeah, let's have a look at what you have. Okay, well, we need motors for an upgrade. For, what was it for? The, and I'll also grab the wool. I'll trade one fuel for basically everything she has, probably. It's worth 8. I'll grab the fuel. Oh, my storage area is full. Dropping one fuel is probably a little bit. Yeah, well, yeah. See if I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. They got a pretty good deal out of that, but oh well. Let's just automate those two, because otherwise they're just going to. You can also click on their portrait, and that will. Damn it! No! Why are you going outside? Don't go outside. Oh no! They're going outside because yeah. God. Sometimes they'll do that, and it's because you've clicked somewhere, they'll start to decide that they actually really want to go outside, which is a bit not good for their health. Put it that way. Excuse me for a moment. Turns out, done about half an hour now, so I'll probably wrap up this episode. If you've liked this, I will do more of it, and I might use this as a little bit more of a thing to talk about stuff, as it were, you know. So, for example, you know, I've just got this article up here. It's in North Korea. stuff. So we've kind of got this. Maybe this is something that I can lead into for another episode. But yeah, this American student who's been sentenced to 15 years of hard labour in North Korea because apparently he was trying to steal a political sign. Now, it's North Korea, so we don't really know what it was that he actually did. And, you know, he gave this sort of apology saying that America told him to do it, essentially. Because America is obviously really, really interested in North Korea's sign technology. Yeah. So, oh god, they found some wildlife. This is a new thing as well. Yeah, it's all a little bit ridiculous, really. Escape, please. I think they're quite good runners, so hopefully they got away. Yeah, so all of this is pretty ridiculous, and you know it comes at a time when North Korea is being hammered at the moment because of its nuclear testing, and they just can't seem to quite work out that maybe if they want people to leave them alone, then maybe they shouldn't be threatening to do all these nuclear tests and the like. It's ridiculous, really. But it's just a crazy country. Personally, you know, some people are panicking about their whole nuclear situation. No, they don't have the ability to militarise nuclear weapons. And the only real threat that comes from North Korea's nuclear weapons is if they build a catapult and put them on top. Yeah. Because they've got no silos, so they can't launch an ICBM. Their only launch site is a surface site, which is watched by pretty much half of the American fleet. So if they stick a nuclear bomb a nuclear rocket on there, then it can be easily flattened. So, you know, not really too concerned about it at all. But, yeah, I just thought I would talk a little bit about that while surviving the nuclear apocalypse. So for now, I will say thank you very much for watching, and if you've liked this, yeah, drop me a comment or whatever, and I'll probably do a little bit more of this because it is quite an awesome game. So for now, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.